There are subtypes of OCD that can be really difficult for people. We talk about scrupulosity, morals and ethics and religion. We talk about harm. What if I were to do harm to myself or someone else? When we also talk about pedophilic OCD. What if I were to harm a child in some way or do something that would be really uncomfortable? People have this notion that if I think something, it must be true. Now, let's first break that notion. So if you're watching this right now, I would like you to stare at your ceiling, and I would like you to wish for it to collapse upon you, crushing you to death in the next 10 seconds. I will do it with you. Go. Come on, ceiling. Here we go. Crash. Come on. I still seem to be here, meaning that my brain powers of ripping ceilings down is not working today. But maybe tomorrow. I've also done that example probably 9,000 times already in my career, and it still has not happened. But I also have no guarantee that it won't. And I'm okay with not having a guarantee. OCD is not okay with having no guarantee. OCD wants a guarantee. And when it comes to pedophilic OCD, OCD wants this guarantee that I would never do anything that would ever harm a child whatsoever. And at its most extreme, I've treated someone, and I can talk about this because we wrote an article about it and the person was involved in it. We worked with someone who didn't even hold their child for the first 6 months out of their child's life out of fear of what if I would do something harmful to them? What if while changing their diaper, I accidentally molested them, or I touched them inappropriately, or I pushed too hard when I was wiping them, or something like that. And so her mother moved in, and her husband was taking care of the child, and she was always 6 feet away from the child, telling them what to do, but never getting any closer. It wasn't until 7.5 months after her child was born that in my office, she picked up her child for the very first time. Now, we were all in tears at that point, let me tell you. Here's what OCD did. It convinced her that, you had a what-if thought? Well, that must mean that you want to do it. Name me one new parent that hasn't had a what-if thought about something harmful coming to their child, like what if I drop them, or what if the bathwater's too cold or too hot, or what if the formula is not the right temperature, or anything of that nature. If we were to stop doing things because of what-if questions, none of us would ever leave our homes. Society would collapse within 3 months. The human species would be dead within 6 months, and there would just be none of us left whatsoever. It would be done, desolate. The animals take over. We're gone. In pedophilic OCD, these what-if questions rule our lives to the point of, I need to do everything that I possibly can to protect anyone around me, especially kids. And therefore, I will have others around to guarantee that I won't do anything. I will run my thoughts past them, the images that I have past them, the urges that I have past them, asking them to tell me that it's fine and that everything will be okay and that I won't need to worry about it, that I'm a good parent, that I'm a decent person. And you know what? When you have OCD, you'll never get enough of that. You will never scratch that itch to the point that it will go away. The goal is to recognize this. As a parent, you're going to goof up. Stuff's going to happen. You're going to be walking down the hall and you're going to turn while you're holding your kid and you're going to bump your kid's head on the doorway one day. That kind of thing happens. You're going to turn around and you're going to turn back and your kid's eating the dog food out of the dog bowl with your dog, right? These are things that occur. But OCD says that's not acceptable. There should be nothing that you could do that ever harm a child. And the worst thing that you could possibly do, some kind of pedophilic type of thing. Well, since we've now known what the worst thing you could ever do is, you better be on guard 24/7 to make sure that doesn't ever happen. Because if you're not on guard, you might slip up. And if you slip up and you do something, what awful, horrible, evil person are you for having done such a thing? I don't treat people with pedophilia. I treat people who are afraid of what if I were to have that, right? This what if question is the nature of obsessive compulsive disorder. And the work that we do with people all day long is to help them learn that just because they have an intrusive kind of thought like this doesn't mean that it's going to make something occur. If this is happening in your life, help is available. Reach out to us. We can give you what you need.